Good morning, good evening. Thank you for listening. This is a show on organic gardening, horticulture and agriculture, focusing on plant science, soil science and microbiology. The information is for educational scientific purposes and is fact check. Any of the websites or papers that have been discussed will be put in the description below. And if you're rewatching this back, please fast forward until you see the screen change, because that's about when the show starts, because I don't have a title at the moment. And until that time, you'll just be hearing me ramble, or at least for the next 70 seconds, until I wait for cool folk to arrive. Like Genetic Memory Farm, she says, happy Crimbus, y'all. So I'll give it another 50 seconds and think about what to talk about. And if you're listening, please write something in chat, some discussion topic, some cool thing to look at, product review, or a question or a myth or something like that. Would be nice, related to plant science, soil science, and microbiology. Another 15 seconds. Five seconds, here we go. Righto, 2 minutes is up. I've got to talk about something to do with plant science, soil science, and microbiology. The only thing I can think of is crop deterrers. We've all got problems with, especially in organics, how you don't use herbicides or pesticides, how there's always something wanting to invade. How can good deterrent methods for that? Hey, there's Genetic Memory Farms. It says, how was your holiday? My holiday was good, thank you. I'm watching the cricket. Cricket's been exciting, so it's been good. Thank you. I hope yours has been all right. I did actually send you a message, but how was your holidays? You snowed in? Yeah, crop deterrent, that's right. There is this, I'll show you this website. This one. I don't support it. I'm not sponsoring by it, but it's really good for problem solving. So you go into the garden, and these are all the different things it can solve, or not, the different titles. Fungicide bird netting. So today was going to be on deterrents for your gardens. Lighting. How about noise? Where's the noise one? Might be on the bird. And noise is another one, anyway. What was that? Noise deterrents. Actually did. I saw it on the main page. Bird spikes, that sounds a bit bad. Bird scare cannons. There's a noise deterrent. Not cheap, but setting up with a propane bottle. And I'd imagine it's pretty loud. The size of the blooming things. That's one of those 5, the smallest sort of barbecue bottles. It's a big, massive noise producing device. Another thing is, how do you need them? Well, I've got this I'll stop sharing. See if there's Genetic Memory Farms has said, my best weapon is biosecurity. Always shower before went wrong to grow with fresh clothes. Actually pretty mild here. Warmed up a bit for Christmas. Well, no snow. Lucky you. A lot of peeps have reportedly extremely effective use of UV for frontline pest control. UV becoming a more common tool. UV? UVC is bad for your skin, so it's quite dangerous. And they wouldn't be using UVA and B for combating, so it'd be UVC lights. So I've got a few of them. I'd be skeptical to use them they're good for putting around filters, like air filters, and scrubbing the air. But yeah, I'd be careful being around them because you just got to walk past them. You've got a lethal dose, not a lethal, a dose in the UVC band, which is pretty bad for our skin cells. I love these types. What was I going to say? That's right. How do you? This is the verb. The willy wag tail. So, how can I get? I'll just share the screen. This is strategies to work out how to eliminate your garden problem. So this is my problem at the moment. And believe it or not, it's only because it's high-pitched noise and it's getting into my head and it's frustrating me. So I thought, well, you can't kill them because it's illegal. So what's it trying to do? Well, it's creating a lot of noise because it wants to mate. So why don't I create noise and put it out of its position? So I thought I'll just put a loudspeaker outside and see what happens. And it works. They're everywhere but this little range here. Oh, and Tassie, they're not there. Oh, I might have to go to Tassie. It's only when they're mating. The high-pitched noise is very troublesome. Goes in one ear and out the other. Here we go, their vocals. Yes, they're very chatty. They have a rapid. Yes, it does. It sounds like it's a car alarm. And it's very quiet here, and I'm getting car alarm noises, and I don't appreciate it. So that's why I thought, how to get rid of it. Loudspeaker. Cut a long story short for that one. So that's how I worked out strategies to eliminate my pests. Looked at what were the pests doing, like a grub. All right, it's going through its mating cycle, it's going through its growth and development cycle. Well, why don't I disrupt its eating patterns? So I might put neem on the leaves to disrupt the grub's eating patterns. So just a different approach to, rather than just grabbing something and trying it, trying to work out what the pest is doing and try and disrupt its patterns. I've got a fox, not one, I've got multiple foxes because my neighbours are friggin' hunters and they always just shoot and leave carcasses. It's terrible, so it feeds foxes. So I put up an electric fence and that deters them. Just deterrence. So you can successfully garden and enjoy a stress relieving tool that we have. That's about all I can suggest. I can show you a bit more on this website. Just by working out more about the pest, I could come to a good decision on how to progress without getting me frustrated. Organic phosphorus. Here we go. Why didn't it come up when I clicked it? Sus as. Where was that last one? Rich Grow isn't organic. want to see what's inside of that. Didn't come up. Where is it? Where'd you go? This is the organic input section. Don't believe everything it says on the label, please. Rich growth. Doesn't say organic there. Had a big organic across the front. Here we go. There it is. See if they'll tell us what's in it. Guano phosphorus. Oh! Okay. This might be all right then. 012 slow release granules. So they do process it. To make the granules, I was going to do it a while ago. It's just a stamping machine. So you put the very finely chopped up stuff in it, and it just presses it into these Tic Tacs. They'll just be, let's have a look just in case. Storage is what's in it. Huh, look at the other stuff in it. Yep, it's got calcium. 36% is calcium, and it said on the thing, it didn't say that on this, did it? It's phosphorus, but it's, yet, if you look into it, it's 36% calcium, 19%, 20% silica, 1% carbon, has non-hazardous ingredients. What else has it got? Doesn't even tell you. See what I mean? You really, really got to look into this stuff, and don't trust them until you look into it. Especially for these big, massive manufacturers. They'll lie through their blooming teeth. Fascinating. So yeah, it says it's organic. Well, nothing says that it's in there that it's not organic, but how about the other stuff in it? And how do they come to derive these products in the first place? Are they from an organic source, or are they processed? Doesn't say nothing about that. Organics boost fertilizer for domestic use. Just an example of look into your stuff. It's probably one of the better products, and it's probably top dollar, safe for edibles. Anyway, there we go. Good stuff. The best weapons. Biosecurity, says Genetic Memory Farms. Yes, biosecurity is excellent. Put into the search engine your pest, fungus gnats, and go biosecurity fungus gnats. Biocontrol, sorry. And then it'll come up with Steinernema felti, nematodes, beneficial nematodes. They're one of the best ways to combat that. So then you go and cut and paste that bit back in and go Steinernema felti, nematodes, buy, and it'll hopefully come up with some websites. And then you get and contact those. And that's how you directly combat your problem. You don't go and buy stuff, herbicides, pesticides, stuff like that. No. Because remember that if you spray pyrethrum, which is organic, it kills other beneficials as well as worms and grubs. So just be really careful. That's why targeting the specific is really advantageous in your grow. GMF says, Brandon Russ, just to show where he got a deal of heavy metal tests, so he sent in a ton of brand name products for testing and has shared the results. Yeah, a lot of the crops, they're adulterated, it's called, and they've got extra additives put into them, like sand or things that are inert that will just throw weight in, so it'll help them bite. But things that are refined, and they, like the salts, for instance, your Himalayan pink salt is refined in a method where it's got toxic substances in it. So you're better off using sea salt. So that's one example of the refining method that they do that isn't up to standard. And they just assume, yeah, we've got the product. Mate, how'd you get it? Is there trace elements of residue on that stuff? Whatever, you've still got your product. No, I'm into organics and really fine-tuning things. So it's just something to be aware of. So it's good that Brandon Ross went through and did that test, and he would have found out some interesting stuff about how the big brands are lying and how you want to really trust the little brand. Oh, actually, you want to trust. Actually, it's hard to trust anybody these days because they're all out for the buck. Everyone's in as a business, not into it as a love. So you want to get those people that are into it, I suppose. It's hard to say, like myself, who are into it as a love, and they would just be doing it to help people as well as making money, not just making money and lying. GMF says, what I've seen lately is a lot of people putting on the UVC light on a timer, often with the cuddle switch on the door for safety to prevent human exposure. Okay. And what do they want to try to achieve by a UVC light? Killing the airborne spore and pollen bacteria? What's their reason for using a UVC light? Why would people put it on a door and on a switch on a door to prevent human exposure? Okay. GMF says, yeah, each brand has some level of heavy metal. No, not each. Oh, you mean of the tests that were done? Yes. Yes, exactly. Well, yes, good. It's proved what I was saying about all the adulterants. GMF says, flash exposure to kills many of the potential pests that we find, like thrips, etc. Yeah, it does, but they got to fly. It disrupts the cells of the, what is it, the denatures the DNA. No, I'm not going to quite hear it. But yeah, they got to fly close to it. But so that's why I've put it on filter fans around the intake and outtake of filter fans. I disagree with doors, but people are different. People don't really attend to safety methods these days. They don't. I used to work for the union, represent the union as a safety officer, safety representative. I did a five-day safety course, so I'm right up on that safety stuff, and it's real. I really adhere to that thing because I want to live. I want to live a nice life, and so I really UVCs around filter ducts and stuff like that I support. Not around doors I don't support. Sorry, mate, but you know I'm honest. I like to think like it's just plants that we're growing. We've got to, if you're going to do around doors, you'd have an Arctic entry and trap things in there and have a second, that might be air that goes to the outside, which again would be run by a inline filter. But for those people who, you said you've seen a few that people are using, okay, At least they've got to learn the science behind it, though, before listening off some bro science from YouTube. Oh, yes, they work, but, mate, within 3 feet of that thing, you can disrupt, you can really hurt yourself. If you've got a really strong one, even they're 1 watt, 5 watts, they're so low wattages that they can do harmful damage. They set them up in tissue culture, the laminate flow hoods. You've got to have one in there. And it's so low wattage that it works so effectively to sterilize everything in there, so there's nothing living. It's I wouldn't muck around with the UVC when it comes to doors and things like that. I've put them in line. I've put a hole into filters, and you put them in that, and then you tape it on the outside so nothing comes out. What else I've done? I also use one in my toothbrush that's in a closed door. When I close this door, I push it and it comes on for 10 minutes. Oh, here we got a comment. GMF says, no, the door has a cut-off switch for the room, just in case a person opens the door to cut the UVC. UVC is general exposure to a confined area. So what about all the beneficial bugs? I'd say that these people aren't doing organic farming. If you've got it over the grow, that means it's going to get everything. And if you've got it turned off, as say if you've got a light switch, a door switch, which turns, when you open the door, it'll turn off a circuit which you connect your UVC light onto. That means it's on when you're not in there. And that's only, I don't know about that one, because it kills your beneficials. It's going to sterilize. Imagine like growing in a laminar flow hood. But there's so many different ways to garden. So good on them. Doesn't mean to say you can't do it that way. They'll still have really good luck and success, I'm sure. Just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean to say, they shouldn't do it. And having the door switch, yeah, the low, they're in the 400, 380 nanometer band, the UVC, and some of them are hard to see. They create like a low blue light, and some of them are really dim. But that's just my 2 cents on the UVC bit. Thanks for the comments though, GMF. It's nice to hear what other people are doing. But yeah, flash exposure, they think to kill thrips and stuff. What I would do is I'd have how would I use a UVC light to kill thrips as an example? Well, I wouldn't. I'd go get cucumbers and the Biocontrol for thrips. But still, as an example, they're trying to kill airborne things flying in. Oh, another comment. GMF says, I think the idea is beneficial bugs live in the mulch. The concern is really making sure things that live in or under leaf surfaces are having a hard time. You've seen that phytosphere on how many things live, how many different types of microbes live in the phytosphere. So they're going to kill, here you go, I haven't brought up the slides for a while. Actually, I don't know where that is. There is so much in there, it's not funny. So these people are definitely, they've got no interest in organics, from what I gather. Jesus. Where's that? Plant study. It'll be under plant science. Probably under microbes. Yeah, from a microscopic perspective, where UVC light is used a lot, that's not a good idea to have it on permanently. What the hell am I looking for? The microbes that are in the phytosphere. Plant taxonomy. Maybe it's in this one. Oh, there it is. Here it is. So by having a UVC light in the phytosphere, which is above the ground, all of these microbes would be killed. So all these ones that you've tried to generate that are doing all different types of cycles, outside and inside. Because the tissue isn't thick enough to block those 380 nanometer particles, the dermal tissue. You hold up a leaf, you can see through it, the sun. It's not very good. It's good that you can bring up these things though, mate, because here's ways that you might try and attack it with microbes. So you can go and pause that later on. I'm not going to go through that. Spinosad rad, the earth. Or organic layers. I'm not sharing. Are you kidding? Yes, I was. Did you see that? I hope you saw that. This one. There you go. You can go and look at that later on. Oh, you did see it. It just went away. Okay. GMF says using UVC is used on a timer for limited exposure. Again, the door is just a safety net. A fail-safe is in case of the timer that starts and shuts off. Most seem to be used for short exposure. Well, even short exposure, you've only got to turn it on for 45 seconds before you use the laminar flow hood. So that's how long it takes to kill all the microbes. So it's any exposure. But it doesn't matter. It's good on them. I'm not knocking. I'm not saying that's just something I wouldn't do because I practice organics. I'm happy that they can do it. It's good on them. And GMF says, yeah, this seems to be a compromise that producers have come to as better than chemicals, but also turnkey insurance for production. It's the uneducated doing the big grows, isn't it? It's amazing. Why don't they just get in folks like myself who can suggest, oh, you've got a nematode, you've got this control, right? I just introduce this, or just put this biocontrol in, just do this. If they're wanting to do that as an insurance, they should be on their ducks. Anyway, again, I'm happy for them. I'm not going to knock it. Good on them. It's just another way to, it's the wrong way to set it up though, in my eyes, coming from a microscopic background. You're going to put all that hard work into getting good beneficials in your phylosphere, and then bang, you just gone and turned on the light and knocked it all off. It's the same thing like using pyrethrum. It is organic, and you want to go and kill one bug, and bang, you've gone and killed all your lacewings and your Montgenesis and all the other rad ones that are going to try and kill all the other things. So it is a tool that does a job, but is it effective? And that comes back to the reason again of you have your little sticky traps, you put that under the microscope, you go, right, this is what we've got, this is the problem, now let's tackle that problem. Let's not do a broad problem or if you're going to do a broad problem, do it better. I really don't agree with a sweeping of the phylosphere with a UVC light. Sorry. I'm into organics. So these people aren't, so it's good on them. And that's 99% of the world is into non-organic practices. So that's where these things fall into. And me being organic, it's not a tool that I would use in that way. Yeah, there's a good summary of it. But I really liked your words, Genetic Memory Farms. Thanks for telling me what other folk are doing. And that's my opinion on it. Jimmy Meff says, I don't do it, but I would if I had to, especially indoors in a tent. I think that the biggest question too is where to apply it. Where to apply to, indoor, outdoor, green. Well, the field only works about 3 foot around the light. Depends on the strength of your light. They might have good 10 watters now, but my little ones only work a few feet around them. So that's about your effective amount of area you can scrub with the UVC lamp. I'd use them, use them in laminar flow hood where you want to do tissue culture and kill all of the bacteria and sterilize it because you're trying to multiply cells. I've used them in inline ducts to scrub air coming in and out, and it does actually reduce a little bit of the smell. I don't know how. I did use charcoal filters too, but I've done that, and a lot on the intakes. I've got 1, 2, 3 UVC lamps. So that's all I could think of, is where do you want to have very sterile conditions? You'd use those. Otherwise, I'd use the normal methods. And if I had a infestation problem, that's when you have to think about you learning by your mistake and really starting again, get rid of all of the substrate and sterilize and restart at a mega worst case scenario. Have I had to do that? I think I've always tried to struggle on and then learn by that. And that's when you have a good IPM, where each year, instead of getting combated by it, just after winter, you go through some practices. It's it's a good IPM strategies. You have that implemented and do it instead of it getting on top of you and you're going, oh geez, because usually by the time you see a problem, you've got an infestation. And if you've got more than 3 or 4 bugs of the same type flying around in the air that you can see, that's an infestation. And good luck controlling that. Well, what else is there to talk about? I like this. I can remember words. Today's title would be Pest Control. Know the Pest reasons and combat tools. I think that summarizes it pretty good. And yeah, write some stuff in chat now if you wish to say anything, because the show is going to end soon. I think we've gone over the topic enough. Oh, here we go. GMF just said something. He said UVC is only appropriate some places in some styles of growing, he thinks, but he thinks some people are looking at it as a replicating tool, i.e. the sun in high altitudes. A replicating tool, that spectrum of nanometer, it doesn't, when it hits cells, it's not good. The atmosphere is mostly UVC stripped out, it's all gone because of the ozone layer. So the plants don't actually get much UVC. We don't get much UVC on the ground. It's mostly gone. I'm pretty sure 99% of it is gone because of the ozone layer. So people put it in their grows thinking they're going to replicate the sun. Again, they're not educated. You use UVB and UVA is the type of secondary metabolite induction that they're looking for, not UVC. So whoever you've seen that on, be very wary of their words, mate. Correct. It's, yes, low levels of UVA and UVB. Be very skeptical of where you hear this information from, mate. That's why there's too much bro science out there. It's sad, and it makes other people, it steers them off the wrong level ways. They get all these weird results because of this and that. Old mate said do this. Anyway, people know they can come here and get some science about the topic. All right, well, I'll have to put in NUVC. I might as well put in UVC. I'll also put that in the title for today because we've discussed that a bit. UV spectrum. Yes. And the ozone layer is actually nearly fixed itself up too, from what I've heard. So I'd be surprised if there's any UVC getting down here. It kills bacteria. It sterilizes things. All right. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Put anything you want in the chat now. It's going to end. I said that a few minutes ago. But the cricket's already in there. 8 minutes ago, they went to lunch. Oh, well, I hope that helped. I hope the Biocontrol helps. Biocontrol, I suppose I could put into brief. Very brief on Biocontrol because that's a topic in itself. Boy, you love cricket match. Yeah, cricket's one of my things to look forward to. I really don't have much to look forward to these days, and cricket does. It's very positive. There's never any arguments or negative words. It's very fun, joyous. I laugh a lot. I show funny things. And I used to play cricket. So it's about the only thing I've sort of going for me, mate, at the moment that I really enjoy. So yeah, I do get into the cricket for that reason. Yeah, I get that. It's terrific. It's not a thuggery sport. There's never ever been a punch up in it. It's a gentleman's game. It teaches you patience, and it can be real fun. And at the moment, we're playing England. It's a 5-day cricket match. There's 5 of them. So one match goes for 5 days. So it's like a physical chess match. So there's all these different backs and forwards and all sorts of things, and it's really good. And it takes my time, and I enjoy it. So yeah, good stuff. Hope everyone enjoys the cricket too, and also has a really nice Christmas. And hope you thank your relatives and the people you don't speak too much. Get onto them. They're probably all lonely too, and would like some sort of contact, even if it is for one time a year. Make someone else happy. Thanks for watching, everybody. Listening. Hope to see you next week. Press thumbs up if you liked it. And save all your organic questions, and I'll go through them next week. Look forward to it. Happy growing. What do I say? Happy breeding, happy growing, and good health to you all. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening. Merry Christmas. Be safe. Bye.